Skill trees have become a feature that is almost expected of any new game release. With Assassin's Creed Valhalla recently releasing, I analyse what makes a good skill tree. Why new Assassin's Creed games is so bad. So to first understand what makes a skill tree good, we must first look at what I believe are the core tenets of designing a skill tree. And that is 1. Tangibility. Giving a player new skills that are tangible, and as such, have an effect on gameplay that is meaningful. For example, instead of an incremental stat boost, a double jump could be applied. Secondly, transparency. Skills should not be obscured to the player. They should be able to see which abilities can be unlocked after the next, in order to make a plan to tailor the game to their playstyle, so they don't later on find out that the abilities in another class are better suited to their playstyle. Thirdly, choice. There should be multiple distinct main options to level up, allowing some control of the player's freedom of choice, therefore pushing them towards one type of play instead of becoming an all-rounder. This forces them to adapt their play towards a playstyle they're trying to level up. In all of these, the objective is to give the player choice within reason, and to control the pacing. Even though skill trees do allow for player agency and a greater sense of creativity, it's still greatly controlled by the designer. Tangibility of skills allows the player to grapple with and adapt to this new gameplay feature they have unlocked, in order to earn the next tangible upgrade, just as soon as they are getting bored their current upgrade. This ensures good pacing, because as soon as the player gets bored the upgrade they have, they'll have a new one. It's the spacing out of when these abilities are unlocked that is crucial. Making upgrades too frequent causes the player to run out of content too quickly, and become overwhelmed by new abilities, and therefore lose interest. However, spacing them too far causes the player to become bored of their repetitive style of gameplay and lose interest. It's finding this balance of time that is crucial in the design of a skill tree. Allowing a player to see the full tree allows for a metagame and planning to occur, the player taking time to plan out their upgrade path. This could allow for, in some games, tailoring their gameplay to unlock specific skills in that tree, or just allow the player to feel as though spending their points have impact, as they have a drive to earn a far-reaching target, as in some of the later skills. The sense of choice plays into this, as this allows the player to feel as though the game is personal to them, and allows them to play how they want to, and mold the game, within reason, to their playstyle, allowing them to tell the game what aspect is most fun for them, and prioritise it. So, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Valhalla presents a skill tree of a multitude of tiny stat increments that break up the more tangible rewards. This presents an artificially accelerated sense of progression. This player will level up hundreds of times in the game. You only gain access to a handful of worthwhile abilities. Much of the tree is also obscured to the player. Whilst this does prevent the player becoming overwhelmed with its size, it does cause some situations in which you find a useful skill is in an entirely different part of the skill tree, and that you have devoted your skill points to the wrong area. This is a major mistake, as it does not allow for players planning their progression. It makes thought progression daunting and frustrating. It also does not allow for much choice in a real sense, as even if you devote much of your skill points in stealth, much of the gameplay revolves around raiding, and the fact that many of the enemies are easy to kill anyway, makes leveling in stealth sort of meaningless. Although Assassin's Creed Valhalla's mission structure does present a good progression in the Assassin's Creed series, makes it stand out from the other games, it is a skill tree that lays at the core of some of its longevity issues. It plays into the fact that many enemies are easy to defeat, and that the pacing is not tight enough to support a 60-hour plus experience. With some tweaks to the tree, to remove the many arbitrary stat boosts and obscurity, and decreasing the skill point gain, this game could have a better longevity and better reception. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you like the video, otherwise leave a dislike.
Crew of raiders to ride with, which are shared with your friends online.